For more on this story, we can speak to our international affairs editor, Armin Georgian. Armin, is the US President Donald Trump really going to take on Twitter, a platform that's been so helpful to him, useful to him?
Well, he's now in this rather strange position of talking about Twitter on Twitter. And one of the latest tweets, he says, Twitter has now shown that everything we've been saying about social media platforms is correct. Big action to follow. So that threatening phrase that comes after an earlier tweet where he says, we will move to strongly regulate or close down social media platforms. Now, obviously, America is a system of checks and balances, so he can't unilaterally do that. There would have to be action through Congress or the Federal Communications Commission. But certainly this stream of invective reflects quite simmering frustration that's been going for some time in the White House about social media platforms. Even before the coronavirus crisis, one top White House official said it's time to look at the laws that currently protects tech giants. They are excluded from liability. They can't be held liable for content that their users post on the platform. And there are voices in the White House that want that to change. But as you said, Delano, it's been extremely useful to him. It's only now that a couple of his tweets have been amended or mediated in some way. But I mean, for most of the time, he's been tweeting these 55,000 or so tweets that he has to his name, totally unimpeded. And he's been able to reach such a big audience doing that. So why would he try to shoot the messenger when his message is reaching so many people?
That's right. 2 out of 55,000 seems like the odds have been in Donald Trump's favor all this time. So is Twitter really bracing for a fight with the US president?
Well, Twitter's in a difficult position. On the one hand, it's been under fire and under pressure to enforce its existing policies more consistently. So it did enforce policies when it comes to Donald Trump's tweets about postal votes, but it didn't enforce them when it comes to Trump's tweets that many say is clearly a case of incitement and targeted harassment against a host of MSNBC. And Twitter does have rules, but a lot of people say it's a very clear case where Twitter should have enforced those rules, but hasn't done so. But on the other hand, Twitter is obviously aware of the decline in usership. Many analysts who look at Twitter's metrics say that over the last 6 years or so, users have been going down, and it's not that new as far as social media is concerned. There are newer social media out there now. It probably doesn't feel as fresh to a lot of people as it would have done 5 or 10 years ago. So Twitter will be very mindful of that reported decline. It doesn't want to drive people away from the platform. And if some people start to think that, you know, the thought police have come out, they might simply go to another social media. So Twitter has to take that into account too.
Indeed. We'll see what happens in the days and weeks to come. Armin, thank you very much for that, Armin Georgian there.